In a time before time, a piece of the timeline was cut, and the ends woven together. That piece still exists in its own smaller knot. It is a part of time apart from time that can slide along the timeline, making it a time machine. Those who board the time ship create their own time, weaving a new reality, changing the past. And one can write realities, both dark and bright, into existence. After stealing the time ship from the previous owners and writing them out of existence, the fools have traveled back to 1692, where they hope to find details on a secret concordant, a treaty made between three groups of mages that have bound the history of Boston since that time. Parallax, forced to awaken to a possible left-hand path, had traveled down a long and murderous road, but with his friend's help, he has regained his wisdom. Hannah, who can't remember their past, and now find themselves having written their own family out of existence. Mona, reality architect, and faithful to the God Machine. Ethyl Stubbs, the last descendant of the Ward line, and linchpin of reality, though she doesn't yet know it. Together with a stranger, Rex, and Parallax's newly married wife, Elora, these fools have traveled into adventure. They are running out of time. Escaping from Hannah's mind into Hans's body, we find ourselves coming to consciousness again in front of a flaming corpse of an ex-Wendigo, or whatever that was being possessed by a Wendigo. The party is in the Modularium. The door to the outside has been closed, but Mona knows that there are several more Wendigo outside. They did see one of the other Wendigos leap inside the time machine, which means they can see the entrance. And go.
Is the door locked? I run to the door, unlock it.
Well, it's not sensitive to your brain thoughts, and you don't see any locking mechanism, but you're also not sure how it opens. Do you want to use your prime sight to try to understand how it works?
Yeah. 2 successes.
You understand that while the ship is like time, it's very much prime magic containing time itself. The door has a conditional spell on it. It's a fate condition. You think that there is some sort of requirement to be able to open the door from either side. You do know that you are able to open it from this side just by thinking about it. And if you wanted to, you also think, because you are a master of prime, that you could try to break the mechanism that opens and closes this door. Just destroy the whole conditional spell that allows the wall to slide open.
No, thank you. I do have fate too. So can I see what kind of fate might be tied in with this mechanism?
Yep, that'd be a fate gnosis check. But I think that other people also have fate too. If anybody else wants to roll a fate check to examine the conditions on this door.
Rudy, remind me back before when we were just so innocent and first going into the time snake at Parallax's wedding, what did we have to do to open the door in the first place? Or was it just open?
So that was opened by a spell from the patriarch of the Leon family. He was casting a prime spell upon it, but just casting magic on that opened it for him. Then beyond, there was another room which only people of a bloodline could get through, supposedly.
Okay, thank you.
One success.
With one success, you can tell that part of the condition is related to the owners of the time ship. It's connected to you. You can see the connection between yourself and this wall.
Okay, I don't think they'll be able to get in. I mean, we can always just wait like 10 seconds and see what happens.
I'm not so sure. I got 2 successes on that fate check. So do I know anything more about this door?
So it's definitely connected to you. It's also connected to Alora. And Alora didn't man the time ship. So it's more than just the people who have piloted the time ship. There's some sort of conditional clause that, if it is true, would let a person in. Some sort of conditional clause that you think would apply to all of the wards and Leons. It's like a family thing, maybe. But even with 2 successes, you're not sure. But there's some thuds on the other side of the door. And nothing's broken through yet.
Can I cast a if I do want to investigate with fate, but could I also put a ward as space magic, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna put an anti-life ward. Yeah, I'll just investigate with fate as well. Mhm. 3.
With 3 successes, you sense that it's tied to your destiny and to Parallax's destiny. There is something in the truest sense fated about the connection between yourself and the ship. It's there for everyone, but it echoes through with your destiny.
The destiny from when I turned Parallax into a worm?
Yeah, so the destiny that you obtained then, those destiny dots, which you can add to any roll during the game. But your bane is that you take a penalty when trying to avoid the fate of being the final signature, that final bloody signature.
Which is something I still don't understand. So probably not something I necessarily want to not avoid. Can Parallax put up a ward against beings?
I could put up some sort of ward, I guess. I don't know if it'll work, but
It's a space spell and it will cost you a mana.
let's see how much mana I got. Not a lot. Yeah, I could try though. Yeah, I'll put up this ward using space.
So you have space 3, I believe,
I do.
and you're going to want to be casting this with a duration of how long?
Ooh, I would hope for at least a couple hours.
Okay, so I think that that is going to be a penalty to this roll, and you can keep out anything in your arcana. So you can have like a fate condition or a time condition on this thing for like beings from another timeline aren't allowed to enter would work.
That sounds great. I'm gonna do just that actually. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, and the duration, you said how long?
let's say go with 2 hours, I guess. That gives us some time to
Since
figure
you
some stuff
have,
out.
you actually have overreach on this spell. It's a space 2, and you have a
Yeah.
free reach, which means you could make it an advanced duration spell, and you could make it last 1 day at a penalty of -2, 1 week at a penalty of -4.
Let's do a day. A day seems like a legitimate amount of time. So that's -2 penalty for that. Using I'll be speaking high speech and I'll use my pocket watch, of course. So okay.
Can I work with Parallax to add to the ward?
What an interesting question. I think that the answer is yes. I would allow you to do a joint spell casting, but I'm not sure how your Prime Enforces magic would. I guess you could also cast a spell that would create like a force field, like a physical wall.
I was thinking about taking the sounds that they were making, pounding on the door and turning it into electricity and electrifying the ward.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you can do that. So you're going to roll a forces plus gnosis -2. Parallax, you're going to roll that space spell, and you're both combining fate and respectively forces and space. Good spell casting.
Woo.
4.
I didn't do so hot. I got 1 success on that.
So yeah, the ward, you can see it is established kind of over this tiny room here, and it'll probably hold. Meanwhile, Mona, that spell really works, and you can see the impacts now create like electrical charges which diffuse across the outside, and in a moment, the beatings stop.
Okay, I think we've bought us some time. Well done.
All right, cool. Now, what's the plan?
I'm gonna go get those books. I'll be right back. Mona leaves.
So that Wendigo that bit me did some wild stuff to my brain, and I am a little worried about that kid that we brought home, because he was definitely carried by mouth and chomped on. So we might have dropped off an Wendigo infected child into a community that probably is not prepared to handle that. Can we fix that?
I mean, the probably, well, I feel like a village of that caliber has some, elders and perhaps spirit seances that could have some sort of medicinal properties. I mean, you're doing fine now, right? And we didn't do much with you.
I mean,
So
not to toot my own horn, but I am an experienced mage with a high level of gnosis. We don't even know if there are any actual mages in that village.
I would also like to note that when you say you are fine, you do become aware of the sensation of being hungry.
Oh, I'm not going to say anything yet about that. But I am going to say, yeah, I mean, we should definitely still check that out.
And we certainly, meander that direction at some point. Well, once we get ourselves situated here. We're still thinking about trying to find the other witches of this age and perhaps learning from them. We're trying to find them at least.
Mona returns with several books. Inside the books, the words are all coded. It's some sort of cipher.
All right. Here's what I'm thinking. We all connect again, all of us, and use our powers combined to decode this. What do you say?
Worth a shot?
Did you say you wanted to merge minds again? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, Hannah doesn't want to do that right now.
Yeah, I'm not too huge on it either, but I could just speed you up so you could decode this faster. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I don't know if we could do it in the spaceship though, is the problem, because every time I do times magic in this place, it seems to go awry.
I can do it with Rex and oh wait, I always forget which name we're using for you, Victoria. Ermengarde?
Ethel. Oops.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
never
Ethel
wanna
is the
say-
new name.
I never want to say
Sorry, I
it.
was talking at it muted. Yeah, Ermengarde is her real name. Ethel is her mage name.
Okay. Well, I can just connect with Ethel and Rex, and then you can keep doing your own things outside, and we'll just decode it, the three of us.
I put a stanza of the code into the chat.
That could be like in your empty space when
Oh,
editing.
that'd be cool.
Cool. Have you ever decoded anything before? And would fools rush in help if you kind of just winged it?
Yep.
Can I help you? I used to do the cryptogram with my nurse all the time in the paper. Same.
This will be an intelligence academics -8 check.
Wow.
It's an extended action, so each attempt will take about a half an hour. And as many of you as would like can roll, and we'll add your successes together.
Okay. Yeah. In lieu of melding our minds right now, I'll totally, not literally, merge my mind with you and help decode this. Sure. I'm still gonna do full direction because I've never done this before, and I'm gonna try it. Oh no, it's a mana, isn't it?
You don't have it as a
Because
root
it's
yet?
fate. Not as a road, but as a praxis.
Actually, praxis also do not require mana. Praxis and rotes, no mana.
Oh, it just doesn't suffer untrained penalties. Yeah, I'll do exceptional luck. That's fine.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, this roll is going to work differently for you. You roll exceptional luck. Everybody else, intelligence academics.
I would
I did-
also like to do exceptional luck as a rote.
Okay. So exceptional luck as a rote is going to bestow a number of boons on this die roll as you get successes.
Yes, and it's fate level 2.
So You got a bunch of free reach since this is a rote, which means you can make it last a long time. If you'd like to take a -2 penalty, you can make these boons last all day.
I got 4 successes.
Wow.
Got 2.
Gebs, you get +2 on the next 2 rolls. Mona, you get +4 on the next 4 rolls. And it lasts all day. You can use those at any point today. And yeah, it just bestows that boon. It's great.
Well, I'm going to use one of them for this roll
Okay.
deciphering.
Yeah.
Same.
And
So it's
paralyzed-
a -8 penalty on a straight up academics intelligence check. Just to be
Yes.
sure.
it's
Okay.
intelligence academics -8.
All right.
How many dice you're rolling?
It's a chance die. I would normally roll 8 dice, but with the -8, it's no 1.
You don't want to spend a willpower?
I thought about it. I don't know how much willpower I have left. You know what? I have 1 willpower left. I will use my willpower.
If you spend your last willpower, you're going to take a lot of penalties to rolls. You're going to be just drained.
Never mind. Yeah, no, I'm gonna roll this the chance die, I guess. I got an 8.
That's not a
So
success die.
oh, it's not a success. Well, bummer.
Okay. Anybody else roll with the -8 penalty on the intelligence academics check?
I'm still trying to do the math. So
I
+2.
Okay.
Yeah, 1. On a real die, I used a willpower. So I had 9, and then -8 is 1 die.
Okay.
What?
You're all looking through all of this junk. It's just like line after line of these strange symbols. You're pretty sure that they're like Greek letters. It's not high speech. It is in a code. Alora and Rex are also looking, but they're not having any luck. And most of you are finding it to be a fairly frustrating experience when, Hannah, you recognize one of the symbols in this book. By a stroke of luck, it's a symbol that comes rushing back to you as one that your mother would often write. And
Yes.
it's essentially what she used as her name. She used it to sign her name, and you translate it to be an E. And with that translation, you're like, oh, it's been offset by a certain rate. You can start to find all the E's. And like everyone was pretty sure what the E was. So you're still having a hard time piecing together the code, but it's enough to let everybody roll again if they would like to.
Yeah. All right. So this is an E. This is my mom's name. I get one more die.
Her
Nope.
name was Alphaba.
Of course it was.
Is it still a -8 penalty?
It is still a -8 penalty.
Got 1 success.
Nope.
All right. Mona finds the next clue. You find the shift in the cipher, and Victoria is actually deciphering what I posted in the chat. If you'd like to read it out loud.
Victoria, like Ethyl, loves cryptograms. So far, I've gotten, when we first entered, we had no idea what we were walking into. I hadn't started the second sentence yet.
And following along, you begin to quickly decode. And what you see is a story in this first book. You're pretty sure that it was written by, you're not sure if it was your mother. It doesn't look like her handwriting, Hannah, but it was definitely written by someone who used that same symbol as she uses in her name. And they didn't realize the price would have to be paid in blood. The story that you find, the first story, is a story about how a cabal of mages, you're not sure when it happens in time, come upon the time ship. They've been tasked to determine whether the artifact that they carry, some sort of staff, will have any effect upon it, seeing as they were both made by the ancients. Later, it discusses guardians, forces lurking here, figures made out of aether, prime magic. Several of them die, but then they find it, the Cosmographica. And inside it, they find a whole nother group of people. The previous owners of the ship, imprints left behind. And they begin to talk to them about what they could do with this time ship. And the previous owners convince them that what they can do is they can create empires. They can birth nations. They can change the course of humankind. And so they do. As you are reading these books here, there is a sense that you feel at the ward Parallax. It's not someone of this time, and so it passes through. So too does it pass through the wall. As it emerges, you see the strangest deer. It has one antler on one side of its head. Its skin is a translucent gold. Its eyes are black pools which seem to stare into your heart, and it just stands there, one side of its body slightly smaller than the other. What do?
A spirit sight.
Yep, it's a spirit.
And I want to figure out what kind of spirit it is. One. Oh, I rolled on two.
Do you have any specific questions that you want to ask?
What is it a spirit of?
It is a spirit of duality, and it is also a spirit of travel. It is also a spirit of home. That duality thing.
And can I ask the spirits influence? That's what it does?
Yes, this spirit is able to influence. It seems like speed. It is also able to influence emotions.
Just generally?
Just generally. You think emotions regarding its like what is a spirit of its purview. So feelings of home and feelings of travel. You think it could make you want to run away. That might be if it really exerted itself. And you're not sure how strong a spirit this is because you didn't ask that. So maybe it could really make you run away, or maybe it's just a tiny little deer, completely harmless.
Yeah, I doubt that. I'm going to address it and say, hello, welcome to our home that is also our home that is also our journey. What can we do for you?
We have come with a message for you from the one who talks to spirits, and they invite you into their world. They wish to see your faces as those who carried the message.
What message did we carry?
The message is not one that I am entitled to. It is a message of the Dawnlands.
I'm not entirely sure what that means. Where is the person who talks to spirits? How do we visit them?
You may follow me. I am a guide.
Can everyone else hear this?
No, it's in spirit tongues. So everyone can see a deer and see Hannah talking to a deer. You can say your part of the conversation out loud or just intone it with your eyes.
Where
I guess I was, sorry.
sorry, where did the deer come from? I missed that.
Through the wall. The deer just walked through the wall.
Reasonably.
You know, classic spirit deer kind of stuff.
So team, I turn back to the deer and ask what their name is with my eyes. Do they have a name?
Their name is Dark Eyes. No, their name is Brighteyes.
Brighteyes. Oh, that's so cute. I don't say that out loud. The team, this is Brighteyes. Brighteyes, this is the Fools. The Brighteyes is a messenger who has invited us to the person who talks to spirits' house, but it's not in this world. And the last time I was a guest was a bad time. So do we want to go and meet someone who can talk to spirits? They're probably a mage, actually, if they can talk to spirits. So maybe that's who we want to talk to. I definitely don't want to go alone though, so.
Did they send the deer?
Yeah, yes, I think. Yes, the person who talks to spirits has sent Brighteyes to get in touch with us. They want to see our faces because we sent some sort of message from the Dawnlands. Does any of this ring a bell?
What are the Dawnlands?
I asked Brighteyes, what are the Dawnlands?
Lands. This land, where the dawn rises upon the connection between spirit and man.
It sounds familiar. Can I roll academics?
Yep.
Is it just academics and intelligence?
Yes, it is.
Okay. 1 success.
So it does sound familiar. You're pretty sure that there was a Native American tribe or group of tribes that went by the name the Dawnlands.
Okay. This is great. I think it is a mage in either a Native American tribe or a group of them together. Dawnland.
They did say that they are also in another world, which maybe they're just in pocket dimension or spirit worlds, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
They're not in the Fae, are they?
Can you ask Brighteyes?
Hey, Brighteyes. By other world, could you expand on that? Which other world would you be talking about? Does it go by another name?
It is the world in and around us through this wall.
Just not this. It's just not the ship. The real world is another world other than the ship. That makes sense. Oh, I didn't hear that. Never mind.
It's the world on the other side of the wall.
Which wall did he walk through? One of the outside walls or from like the Cosmographicum or?
No, from one of the outside walls. In fact, the same wall that was being assaulted.
Hmm.
The old exposed wall.
Well, I vote we, as a team, follow Brighteyes and meet this person / group of people. That was, I guess, the plan to begin with, right? To meet the other mages or witches here at some point. And now we have our best lead right now. We have to leave the ship eventually.
And
Well-
it is a very cordial invitation.
Have uncoded the books. Is there anything about getting in and out?
You have not read all of the books yet. So far, you have not read anything about getting in and out.
Now that we, like, I could write out the cipher, or we could write out the cipher, is there an index?
There's not. These appear to be, at least the ones that Mona grabbed, largely journals. If there was a system of organization of these books, it was destroyed when you changed the entire Cosmographicum chamber into a house.
And we changed the journals into a car manual. Mm.
Hey, Hannah,
Yeah.
can you ask Brighteyes if I can pet him? Just never pet a spirit deer before, and it seems kind of cool.
Okay, I'll ask Brighteyes. My friend has never met a spirit person and is unsure whether it is appropriate to ask to pet you.
They may pet me now, but then they may never pet me again.
Thank you for that. Ethyl, you can pet Brighteyes once and then never, ever again.
I'm like, oh, okay. And I give him like a long pet from his neck down. What does a spirit deer feel like?
It's so soft.
Oh man.
It's like the softest mink fur on the side. And then you see that the fur is different on the other side where the horn is. Do you want to pet that side as well?
I mean, can I, without taking my hand off and thus not breaking the rule of just one pet, just kind of like make my way over his back and then or their back, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then pet the other side as well.
On the other side, they have coarse, bristly fur.
Wild.
There is something nice about it, though, the way it points into your hand.
Well, that was wonderful. Thank you, Brighteyes.
It bows its head.
You should totally pet him.
I'm not going to pet the spirit.
He's so soft, though.
I've met too many spirits and I'm good. I don't even like them to touch me. So are we, Brighteyes, are we going with you now? And so there was danger on the other side of this wall the last time we opened it. Is it safe for us to go with you?
It is not safe. But I saw no threats immediately outside.
That's encouraging. So Brighteye says that it's not safe, but there are no immediate threats. So I'm not entirely sure what that means.
We are
But
in a war
oh,
for
with
our
whom?
very existence.
With anyone?
With you, with outsiders like you, but not like you.
We're here to keep everything peaceful and certainly don't want to erase anything. This is your home.
And that is why you are invited. I can wait here for some time before we leave.
Okay. So Brighteye says that they're at war for their existence from or with outsiders like us, but not with us. And that's why we're being invited. So maybe it's like peaceful meeting. Let's not be at war. Let's meet each other, be on the same side. So I'm not exactly sure what they mean.
Do you think there are other time snakes or other time reptiles?
I don't think so. But we're definitely outsiders in a lot of different ways here.
She who talks to spirits will protect you as they can. But you will not be safe.
So she who talks to spirits, I convey that. Okay. I say we go for it. Because I'm also thinking like maybe this person could help me with my newfound hunger.
I mean, I think we have. Did you say that out loud?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't know that was just like a weird aside, like, oh, maybe no one will notice. Yeah, this got like the munchies.
Oh, that was like a thought bubble. Is there any mana in the ship that we can?
There is. It's just limited. But I think we should repower up on mana. It's got enough to spare for us.
It does. It's
Yeah.
got plenty of mana for you. The amount of mana that the ship runs on, you draining off 30 mana, it would still have 100 plus mana.
Okay.
I would also like different clothing. This sack was not enough when we were last out.
Oh yeah, it's like winter, right?
It sure is.
Yeah. So montage of getting mana and new winter clothes.
Yeah.
Imagining into existence some whooshy cloaks. Yes.
Yes, yes, the cloaks
Yes.
and many blankets.
Fur-lined things.
Snowshoes?
Yeah, fur-lined boots. Cool. And since Hannah's pretty sure that we're not going to be talking to patriarchal Puritans, they're going to go back to where they normally look, just with keeping the brown hair because they don't know who they're going to meet. Puts Hans back in the closet, but still has pants because it's way better pockets. And I'm going to take 5 mana for now.
I'm taking 11.
I'll take 2.
Wow. I will siphon 10 mana.
Rex and Alora, do you want to come with us or stay on the ship?
Well, do you think someone should stay on the ship just to make sure that we can still get inside?
Yeah, actually, Rex, would you be able to keep in touch with us
I think so.
mentally? So when we're trying to get back to the ship, you can open the door, let us in.
As long as I cast the spell now, I should be able to stay with you as you travel.
And Parallax, you should get a piece of the ship so we can portal here quick if need be. And Rex, I dumped the books like next to him.
Oh, please no.
You should keep reading these. You should keep reading these now that we have cracked the code and feed us any new information that might be relevant.
Yeah, I'll keep reading them. He's got like the paper that he was using to code everything. He had crumpled it up and he starts unfolding it.
I'm not sure if we can portal back inside the ship, so maybe also get something from right outside the ship.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit easier to grab something out there, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plus stuff in here isn't actually real unless we take it from the Modularium.
What year was that history book published? I'm wondering if it will have anything helpful about the Dawn. What was it? The Dawn Bringers?
Dawnlands.
Dawnlands?
You mean the history book that you brought with you? Yeah, it's not very filled with Native American. It's an American history book. So why would it have the Native Americans in there?
Dated.
It is dated from the future.
The American educational system.
And we're going to have an update in our next episode about where you can get some really good resources about Native American tribes and culture that you can use to both follow along with the game and also get involved with what's happening right now in your timeline. That was to the audience.
Yeah, but also I want that.
There's a cool thing happening where we are, where the Nipmuc people have asked for land to be rematriated to them so they can build a community center here in Belchertown.
I love it. They definitely should have that. Before we go outside, can Hannah do some body spirit investigation into their own self? ourselves and figure out what kind of hunger it is. Like, is this a spiritual hunger or a physical change hunger?
It's definitely, it feels like it's a spirit that is causing that change. You can turn off your hunger. It's just still there. Like, you won't be hungry because you won't feel the sensation of hunger, but something is acting upon your body to make you hungry.
I can't tell like what spirit. I mean, I know what spirit it is, but I'm not strong enough to exercise myself.
You don't know.
Cool. Okay. Well, if we're ready to go outside, I'm going to warn everyone and say, hey, if there are some lingering effects from this Wendigo and I start turning into a hungry
Hannah,
Hannah, watch out for that, I guess. And well, are we ready to go outside?
If it kills you, I can turn you into a ghost that hangs out with us forever, I think. It works for
I mean, you could just bring me back alive, right? You can undead me.
I think so. But I mean, I could also make you into a ghost. You could like walk through walls and stuff. Could be cool.
No, it could be. It could be. I like being alive, though. It's my whole thing.
Life magic.
Mhm.
Rudy, if you were keeping track, I had to take 5 5
Hannah,
things. Mana, thank you. Not 2. I misread my
Okay.
sheet. Thank you.
so altogether, the party has taken 31 mana from the time ship. There's pretty close to 100 mana remaining.
Do we believe it re-ups itself, or is it a finite resource?
It doesn't seem to naturally re-up itself. However, Mona does have a crystal that re-ups itself. That crystal does restore 1 point of mana every day. So Mona could take that mana and put it into the ship. And there's other ways to get mana too. If you have a legacy like Hannah does, you can do rituals to regain mana. And you can also find places in the world where mana pools called hollows. You can restore mana from there, and those tend to replenish themselves daily.
I do have 2 bashing damage. Or no, not
Nope.
bashing.
Bashing?
Lethal. No, 2 lethal damage.
Is that the slashes? X's. Hannah healed you of that last time.
Oh, both X's?
Yes, Hannah rolled 2 successes at least on that roll.
I
And
also have 3 lethal.
I also have 2 lethal
oh,
and 2 bad.
Yeah, we all hurt. Like a
Yeah,
lot.
the bashing goes away 1 every 15 minutes. So since you've been here for about an hour, up to 4 bashing has been removed. It takes 2 days to heal a lethal wound without magic.
Can I just do some holding hands circle magic and heal everyone,
Yep.
including myself?
Yep.
Sweet.
That's like a vote for you, I'm pretty sure. So
It's
everyone's up to full health.
yeah.
Flesh knits back. Your body is as good as new.
Ta-da! Shing, shing. All right.
And this will not be the time for it. I don't know how strong that magic is, but if we survive all this, can you redo my nose so it's just like smaller and cuter?
We can come back to that, Ethel. You you can certainly change your appearance, but maybe also love yourself. We'll come back and have some deep discussions and not right before we go on an adventure.
Fine.
So maybe. I'm gonna turn it into a carrot.
You get one plastic surgery every adventure you go on.
If you're friends with me, it's reversible.
Imagine if you had it turned into a dog's nose, all the things you could smell.
Oh my God, it'd be so cute. Hannah, could you give me a dog's nose or like a kitten's nose? Oh my God, that would be like so adorable. And then I have to do my eyeliner to match. We can make eyeliner on this ship, right?
What's eyeliner?
I have ideas for our next sleepover.
Mona's imagining coloring in your eyes.
I guess I'm going to turn to Brighteyes and say, okay, we're ready.
Brighteyes departs through the wall. Whoosh.
Oh. I guess we have to open the wall. We can't walk through the wall.
Can I turn us temporarily into ghosts so we can walk through the wall?
You could.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure we can reverse it.
Oh, we'll be fine. It's going to be completely fine. I'm going to do that.
All right, Death Gnosis. I'm just going to say it succeeds. You create a ghost gate. It's just a rip in reality into a purplish black non-plane. Who's going to become a ghost? Alora looks at you, Parallax.
Hard pass. Thanks, though.
Come on. It doesn't hurt. And I'll like make you not a ghost again. It's not like you're a ghost for. I'm sorry I claimed I would make Hannah a ghost if she died, but then you could just try it out. See if like you like it.
You want to give me a manipulation persuasion -2?
Sure. I actually have. What's it mean when it's a rote skill?
It means you can use it for spells, so it doesn't add a bonus.
Okay. Just one.
Alora could go through this portal. Like, they'd be willing to if Parallax would do it.
I mean, I'm kind of thinking that maybe those Wendigos won't be able to attack us if we're ghosts, so... All right, I'll do it.
Hard to bite a ghost.
As long as you turn me back, and just to make sure that the ghost is clear. Yeah, I have to do it just for that. No. Just me? Okay.
Parallax, Mona?
I think I'm just going to make a normal portal to the other side of this wall. Yep. That's actually exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just making a portal.
It is going to
Couldn't
cost
you just...
you can do that.
Yeah, I'm just doing that. Hell no to being a ghost.
Sorry, Mona's gonna side with Parallax on this one.
Yeah, I got 5 successes too. So this portal is just open. And I'm just gonna Walk on through.
Yep, Alora's going through the non-death gate.
Well, I'm going through the death gate. Hannah, they are welcome to go with us if they like.
All right, new experiences. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
You'd do it.
I did. I made such a good pun. And then just walks through the gate.
Those of you who have gone through the ghost gate see the forest with all of the accumulations of death here on the ground. Everything's like purple. It's got spiritual, not spirits, because they are ghosts, in fact. Ghosts of animals mostly that seem to be flying around. It's fairly active, and it seems definitely dead, but not super menacing. It's just a creepy woods, just New England woods.
Kind of nice, right? It's got like a Halloween energy all the time. I like it.
Hannah does not love it. It is the opposite of everything that they appreciate. But it's not the worst.
You do see your friends, and they're mostly hazy outlines. You're invisible to them. But Parallax's sword is very visible here. The blade is much more solid than Mona or Parallax or Laura.
Is that the only thing that's like that?
Yep.
That's weird. Because it's a time sword, right? Not a ghost sword. I mean, death sword.
Right.
Where did Parallax get the sword?
It's a good question.
He got it from his mentor that he beheaded, if I remember correctly.
Sounds like it would make it a death sword to me.
I'm pretty sure he beheaded someone with that sword. So
Yeah, that's not how I got the sword though, but we'll leave it at that. It's a time sword. It has a time gem in it. Yeah.
mhm. But you did behead someone with it.
I mean, I think we're losing track of the question is why is this sword standing out from everything else?
There is a deer standing here waiting for you with dark pools. It looks at you and then looks in the direction towards the north where you brought that child.
If we keep moving in sort of this world, we're invisible and probably not easily hurt. If you want to stay here for a bit, do you feel okay? Spooky?
Yeah, no, this is fine. How quickly can we drop out of this space? Just, in case we miss trees.
Like immediately, right? I can switch us back out.
Well, you can switch you back out very quickly. If you were for any reason parted, it would be pretty much impossible for Hannah to get back.
I won't emphasize that part.
Parted.
We should stay together, though, just in case.
Yes. Yeah. And Hannah scooches closer to Ethyl and go, let's walk together. Hannah's kind of scared of the Wendigos now. Yeah.
Did you bring those snowshoes? Is that a thing that Parallax has?
Yeah, I would say I definitely brought them.
Mona, do you have snowshoes?
No, I got just like Hannah, I got fur-lined winter boots.
As you are walking along, you are leaving tracks, or at least those of you who are in the physical world are leaving tracks. Ghosts don't leave tracks. They don't have to deal with the snow. The snow isn't even there. Sometimes you hear the crunching of bones beneath your feet.
Can I use my forces to cover our tracks?
Yeah, roll me a intelligence survival check.
I have a gear, like a check mark next to survivable, but no circles
That
filled
means
in.
you're untrained. You subtract 1 die.
Okay, I got 1 success.
So yeah, you are blowing the snow over the tracks. It is hard to tell that humans walked here without close inspection. However, the trail that you are leaving is clearly moved snow still. So there is a path and it leads back to the time ship. It's not clear if it's a path made by humans. Or like how many of you there are necessarily. And as you're walking, you realize that you're traveling quite quickly. In fact, I think Parallax is most acutely aware of it, that you seem to be moving through space faster than you are walking. It's like multiple points in the space time continuum are blending together so that you can shift through spaces.
I wonder if Brighteyes has a thing to do with that.
Definitely.
At home and travel.
And at the moment, you're traveling home. And you see that you are getting closer and closer to where you saw that village before. There are those little curved houses here, and the sun is beginning to rise.
Can you ask Brighteyes if the person we're visiting is connected to this village?
I don't know if I can hear you as a ghost.
I say it out loud, hoping Hannah hears me.
You do see Hannah speaking into like the air, and the words, you don't catch them at first because they kind of like echo. But Ethyl understands them and can communicate it to you.
Okay, yeah, because I do see the deer, so I can like talk to the deer, hoping that Hannah's nearby.
Yeah, so Brighteyes, are we going to? I guess Brighteyes wouldn't even know the kid. Are we going to that village up ahead?
Brighteyes can't hear you. You're a ghost.
Oh. Oh. Bummer. Well, probably.
I mean, it seems like we're going that way.
And I can't see other spirits because I'm in Ghostland.
Yeah. There's no spirits in Ghostland. The ghosts are like spirits. They have a similar sort of like energy to them, but they're like dead spirits.
We don't see the village, right? We just know we're near it.
Yeah, mostly Parallax knows that, but yes.
Are there other ghosts that Hannah and I can see in Ghostland?
Yeah, so ghosts are pretty aimless. They don't really have a form most of the time. And there are humanoid ghosts as you approach this area that are kind of like blurs of a person, which means that they're not really like thinking or doing anything. They just sort of exist there. And if you want to, you could materialize them more. But the group is still moving and you might be left behind.
Mona's going to turn on their prime sight.
Can I look around and see if there are any fresh ghosts? I'm concerned about the Wendigo. They're like newly dead. Can I tell that at all?
You haven't really like reached the main part of that village, but you can't really tell if they're newly dead or not.
Could I tell that?
Yep.
Yeah, so if Hannah suggests that, then I will look out for either the Wendigo or that little boy if he died, or anyone else who died recently.
Yeah, you don't see immediately anyone who died here like recently, but there's definitely a couple people over there who died within the year, you're pretty sure.
I can summon certain ghosts too. If I believe that boy is dead, could I try to summon? No, just the most recent. With reach, could I try to summon a specific ghost?
Ooh, I feel like yes, you could. It's gonna be hard to do because you don't really like know him or his name. Having his true name would definitely give you a high chance of success on that roll.
All right, well, let's do some exploration. But if he is dead and we can figure out his name, then we can pull him back.
As you approach town, there are people here of the First Nation who come out and they look at you kind of like, what's going on here? But the deer leads you calmly through all those people.
Do you think they can see the deer?
Do you think we should not be ghosts so we're not sneaking into their home?
I think we should definitely be ghosts. So we're not suddenly appearing in front of them. Step back and become unghosts again. I just don't know if right now is the time to stop being ghosts.
Right, good point.
Well, also, I mean, they did send the Brighteyes spirit deer. I'm pretty sure whoever sent them could definitely see you guys. Probably no problem.
Okay.
I just don't want to. I believe there's an important thing. I wish I listened more when Mona was talking to me about watchers or some things that don't do magic. We're not supposed to do magic in front of the not magic people, right? Isn't that like a rule?
No, you're totally right. Sleepwalkers. But
Sleepwalkers.
Yeah, actually, if these are sleepwalkers, they might not see bright eyes. So then they're really just seeing a couple of strangers walk into their town very calmly.
But if you want, we can go outside of town and I can let you out from being a ghost. I just don't know if I want to lose sight of Brighteyes.
Just past this village, there is a river. It's a massive river that has forest on either side. And you can see that there's another little settlement on the other side over here. There's several like canoes and other like raft like boats here. There is an arch that is woven of like vines and wood here in the center of this small community. And Brighteyes walks up to that, and there's a figure standing there. In fact, several people are standing there. But two of note are one, that man with the graying streaks in his hair that you brought the boy to, Parallax, he's here. And standing and talking with him is another person in furs with long, straight, dark hair. They look older. And as you approach, they're the first person in town who smiles. Welcome, friends, they say in high speech so that you can understand them.
Thank you for your welcome and your escort. I respond in high speech.
You are a rare opportunity for us, a chance to change our destinies. I knew as soon as I watched through the eyes of my companion here that you were something special, something different. I will explain more, but we are confusing, my friends. And indeed, there are more people gathered here, and they do look confused. And some of them, there's only a few men here, but some of those men look angry.
Anna, how do you know if someone's a sleepwalker or not?
That's a really good question. I don't think I can tell. I think Mona might be the only one who could tell for sure whether someone is a sleepwalker. But I'm willing to bet that most of this village is sleepwalking. If they're not following high speech, yeah, probably.
Step with me now, says that person. And they touch onto the plant arch. There's a shimmering there, like there's a bubble over the surface. Come inside.
I turn to Parallax and give you a thumbs up and go in.
All right. Yeah. Seems friendly enough.
All right, Alora's going in too. Do the ghosts want to try to go in?
Can I tell with spirit sight if it's spiritual?
It's kind of like looking through at something underwater. It does seem to be spiritual in a way.
Okay, so my prime sight doesn't tell me anything about it.
Oh, it's so magic. Oh, it's super magic. There is like prime and space and spirit. There's all these different spells all over this arch. It's like high tech, almost as high tech as the ship. Even though it looks low tech, this thing's like serious magic.
Yeah, this ghost is gonna walk through.
Same. Or at least try to.
It doesn't actually work. The ghost
Mm.
get through. So you walk
That's
up to
right.
it and your hand passes through, but it doesn't, as you walk through, you don't go anywhere.
With my prime sight, can I tell that the ghosts won't be able to get through?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I can tell that before I go in, I kind of just call out. This doesn't allow GH. Oh, actually, I speak in common, so in English, right?
Sure.
I mean, Old English is really different from current English. So I say, you can't enter if you're. Oh, who's a famous ghost?
Casper.
Yeah. You can't enter if you're Casper. And then I go in.
Makes sense. He's a Tiersis mage, it looks like, so no spirits allowed. And yeah, I follow Mona.
Okay, Ethyl, how quickly and how close to this portal can you materialize us, and then we fall back into it.
Oh, that's brilliant. Can I just put our like a portal for us to step out of ghosts like right up against the other portal?
Yes, I think you can. You're a pretty skilled death mage, but give me a death plus gnosis to get it just right.
Okay. All right, it's a lot of dice. 4.
Yeah, you do it. There's a perfect ghost arch that you step out of, and then your physical body step through it with barely a ripple. And then
Amazing.
you're all inside the spirit world. You've
That was
stepped-
great, right?
Amazing. This feels a lot better.
It does. It feels very familiar to you, Hannah. You've been to the spirit realm many a time, and you can tell that while this is not the primal wilds, there is something very close to the spirit kingdoms here. It feels like you've crossed all the way over the gauntlet, which is intense. And you did it with like nearly no resistance, probably because of that arch. And on the other side, the only way to describe it is it's like a futuristic city. It spans the river, built with bridges. Spirits and people are intermingling, and there are birds carrying people flying along the river, like eagles and hawks. There are many different like spirit peoples here. So there's like a person with a deer head. There is a family of rabbits, which are people-sized. There is just so much activity that is going on here. And there is a bunch of different structures. They're built with these arches and intricate carvings all along them. And you're pretty sure that some of these people look human, but they might be spirits. And there's also massive, massive spirits here. There are 2 figures sitting, one on either side of the river. One of them looks like a person with their head down in their arms, almost in the fetal position as they are like crouched. And the other one is standing so tall that you cannot see their upper body, but you see their legs ripped and muscular. As you look up, you can tell that it's some sort of effect that the spirit has that you just can't see the top. They stretch into the heavens.
Ripped as in muscular or ripped and muscular?
They are just muscular. They are not injured in any way. But maybe that's not true, because there is blood on those legs.
Maybe
All right,
it's
can I
that time of month.
see what purview the spirit is of?
Yes.
What the spirit's purview is?
Yep. Roll a spirit sight.
Oh yeah, Mona's like definitely looking at Hannah like this is their element.
1. So just the purview question.
It's a hunter spirit. It's a spirit of hunting. But it's more than that. You can sense that it's now a spirit of revenge. It's a spirit of war. It's a spirit of destruction. While the essence of the hunter remains, it's changed, contorted, and now has taken on these other aspects.
Is it contorted like the Wendigo spirit was contorted in my memory?
Yes, but spirits just change. Spirits are always changing. They're like fluid. So if a spirit is around enough hatred and enough rage, it will become a spirit of hatred and rage. If a spirit isn't around joy, it may become a spirit of joy. If a spirit is around cats, it may become a spirit of cats.
If the osmosis goes both ways.
Yes. If there's enough spirits of cats, eventually cats will congregate in that area. If there's enough spirits of rage, eventually rage will congregate in that area.
If there are enough spirits of cats and rage.
Then you're in for a bad time.
Yeah, I tell Mona about the spirit of hunting that has become vengeance and war. I think it's just been around a lot of anger. Something bad is definitely going on here for these massive spirits to be shifting like that. And that makes sense. What is it, 1692?
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it
Yeah.
like European colonizers?
Yeah. No wonder. Good for those spirits, but also that's not really going to be enough.
It is also bad for us. Come into my home. And there's a building. It's raised in almost the middle of the lake on a second story as you walk up a flight of stairs. The stairs are made of wood, but spirit wood. And there's like holes that you can see out down into the river as you walk up the stairs to this house, following your guide. And inside, there are wonderful accommodations. There's food and drink, places to sit, cushions. The ceiling of the room opens up tall, and you can see the morning sky as it changes colors above you. It's not apart from the world, but rather a part of it, able to look out on all of the trees covered in snow, on the river. And it's looking at the spirit world, but it's also a view of the mortal world in a way. It's an excellent vantage spot.
This is incredible. How did you come here?
We have always been here, or near to here, says your guide. But we have built more here as our other lands were taken from us. Disease and trickery have entitled our oppressors to take away our access to our birthright, which is this world. We are all entitled to the world, and yet through violence they deny us. They consider themselves free to go wherever they wish. But now some of my brothers feel that they should not be entitled to walk lands that are ours. But this is not right, for no lands are ours. Everyone should be able to go where they will it. Sit, we will talk.
Hannah sits and says, "My name is Hannah. Thank you for inviting us."
It is my pleasure. My name is the Twin Spirit. I represent balance for my people, or at least I seek to. And he smiles at that.
Does Ethyl know high speech?
Yeah, right.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Ethyl does. Ethyl was taught high speech by you. It's not like, Spanish or another language that you have to really like focus on. It's buried inside your soul. And when you understand it, it just clicks. It's very satisfying. You look at stuff and you're like, oh, I know what that means now.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure everyone was understanding the conversation.
Brighteyes comes too. Brighteyes is here.
I'll sit next to Hannah.
These are my friends, Mona, Parallax, and Ethyl. I think it's their first time in the spirit world.
It's weird here, everybody. It's real weird in the spirit world. It feels almost as bad to Ethyl as being in the ghost realm did to Hannah. There's a real sense of everything is made of water, nothing is solid. Mona, you can appreciate it. You've been to other worlds before. Like, it's just another world. It's like the Fae in a way.
Yeah, I think Ethel's going to stay standing for the moment unless directed to sit down. I don't like it.
So why did you invite us here?
I do not understand who or what you are, but the actions that you have taken already show that you could be a friend to this world and to my brothers and sisters who live in it. You have returned one of our own to us. One
Yeah.
who
Is he
About
okay?
that.
Yes, our child, Quickfoot. He survived his injuries. Thanks, in some part, I see, to you all. Through
Okay,
his memory.
Quickfoot might not be entirely healed on the inside. Hannah was also attacked by the same monster, and Hannah.
Yeah, they started eating my memories. It was a trip. Like, they infected my memories, and I still feel infected. Like,
You
yes.
lost parts of your past. Things that you used to know about yourself are gone. This is exactly the curse that has been laid upon us. We feel your pain, for we suffer through it too.
From the Wendigos.
There was a time when the Wendigo were in balance. Things need to eat. Death is a part of the natural cycle and should not be denied, or so I believe. But the Wendigos are a powerful spirit. And if one thinks that they can own the land, why not own the creations of gods? Why not own our hunger and twist it? Those who have come to our lands before you, like you, but not like you, they have taken the spirits that live here with us and turned them into weapons. I have brothers and sisters who walk with the moon. They are of a people like myself, a people like Brighteyes, but a people older than either, a people a part of the world, set here on this planet to protect it from those who would do violence against it. You might call them werewolves. They have been corrupted, poisoned with these spirits of hunger, and turned against us as weapons, killing their friends and loved ones. And they are but one of our woes.
I have so many questions.
Sounds like you're fighting a war on multiple fronts.
Some of us are fighting a war, but not all of us are willing to fight that war.
Are you fighting or trying to find a new peace here?
We do try to find a new peace here. But I fear that what has happened to our people before now will happen again, and we will have to leave even this home unless we are willing to take up arms to defend ourselves. But such defenses have proved bloody. And what cost are we willing to pay in life to preserve our freedom, to preserve our past, our way of life?
When you say people like us, but not like us, what exactly do you mean?
Their faces are like yours.
Do they also feel like they come from a different place or a different time?
They do come from a different place. We have seen it.
How like ours are their faces?
Not as the reflection in a lake, but yet similar enough.
Do you think that he's talking about like other white colonists or like our family members who have piloted a ship for awful reasons?
I was thinking it was just all versions of ourselves that we somehow created accidentally.
You have like 8 more of yourselves on that ship right now.
But
They're
they're
rainbow,
dead.
which ones they are.
Didn't the journal say that? Oh wait, we just read this. Hannah's memory is terrible. My memory is terrible. Didn't the journal / car manual say that we encountered other people, or they encountered other people that said that they could, did they say take over or build empires, build new nations and build empires?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Okay, other question. Does Hannah feel like the Wendigos in their memory were only Wendigo infection, or were they actually in the memory?
Yep.
Okay, This might be some weird full circle thing, guys.
A parade of cute animals brings a variety of dishes past.
Oh. Hannah's gonna take one of everything.
Is it safe to eat the food here? Whisper to Hannah.
Yes, it's delicious.
Yeah, Mona grabs some too. Mona loves food.
Mhm.
Getting a little tired of all the pizza they've been eating lately.
I don't know about everyone else, but I am definitely on board with do what thou wilt, but do no harm. Coexisting here, it sounds like the ideal. How can we help?
I know that to change another is a violence unto itself. But there must be change. We must prevent our continued destruction. I do not seek for you to kill these newcomers to our lands. But if you could change them, if you could stop them from unleashing this pestilence upon us, then you would have more than myself as friends here in the Dawnlands.
Do you know who these newcomers are, where we can find them? Do they have good names?
Yes. Salem. And that is where we're going to end our session. So everybody should take a beat for playing, take a beat for decoding the messages, take a beat for discovering the Dawnlands. And those are just normal beats, not arcane beats.
It's a terrible feeling when it's the Ebon Noose and the White Putnams that are behind all this.
What?
Adobe Craft.
I'm glad you have an idea what's going on.
Right? Every time you're asking questions, I'm always like, I have no clue what's happening.
I have a giant mirror board. It's just in my head now. All those red strings.
Well, compile your thoughts, come back with more questions for your guest. Maybe you'll get to explore more aspects of the Dawnlands in our next session. And I'm excited for you to have found this particular facet of this reality. The actions that you took led you to this location. In any case, we really appreciate our audience. They're cute and good and nice.
Yeah, we value other people chiming in because it is a collaborative effort and we're always continual learners. And if we're hearing from people outside, then, you know, it pushes us to think more about what we're doing. And that's appreciated. Who is next to me, Rudy, on the video?
Me.
High five.
No, wait.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah, I would just say that keep the feedback coming. We don't mind feedback about rules. We kind of play pretty loose. There's a lot of rules. And I don't want those rules to get in the way of telling this awesome story that you're all creating with really wonderful characters who I just appreciate you two players. You're so great. All right. And we'll see you next time.